Well, good Thursday morning, my YouTube friends. I hope all those in Florida are safe. Everybody that needs rescuing, getting rescued. My wishes for a happy ending there go out to you all. That's very tough situation down there right now. And I've been keeping an eye posted yesterday with Ryan Hall, you all on YouTube. He has a very good YouTube channel that he ran a live stream for 10 hours straight with storm chasers in the field. And at one point, he had 100,000 people watching his live stream. But I hope all is going well there. People are being rescued or need to be rescued. Those that need assistance are getting it, especially the frail and the weak, because Florida is a retirement state. There could be a lot of old people down there that need a lot of help that aren't getting it right now. So I hope they're all being looked after. But I want to show you what I've done to the yard here. Let's change the subject a little bit. We have a nice sunny day here. I've spread a little dirt out front with peat moss and a little of that lobster stuff, and tried to cover the roots, but I'm probably not gonna have enough. I'll probably poke up through there, but at least the mower, after the grass gets on there, I shouldn't have to do a pop a wheelie over the top of the roots anymore. It's the roots out of this my big cottonwood tree, my cottonwoods. That's just huge. Here's the 3 flowers I planted out front the other day, with 2 of the same on one side and one with pink and white flowers. They're perennial, so they said at the nursery they'll grow up from the root system every year. They'll die down to the roots, but they guarantee them for a year over at Nelson's Nursery, so even if they croak, I can get a new one. Otherwise, the grass is really starting to fill in nice. Even my spot where I propped up the sidewalk the other day, since it was settling, it seems to be holding. I brought it up to the original, you can kind of see it on the steps there, the original cement line when they poured the sidewalk. It's still up there. But my solution ended up sacrificing an old scissor jack I used mainly for that. I left that scissor jack buried underneath, about halfway down the slab, jacked up like a post under there. So here's your evidence now, 50 years or 100 years from now, if YouTube's still in existence and this video is still active even after I'm dead and gone, there'll be a scissor jack underneath that sidewalk there. It's galvanized, so it should last. I buried it in underneath there, packed dirt all around it, left it like a post. It's worked great so far. It hasn't moved an inch. I've done that before. I've jacked it up with that scissor jack before and packed a bunch of dirt and rocks and sand and everything under it, trying to hold that up, but it would wash away. I think with this post under there, the scissor jack, a galvanized scissor jack. I tried to cover these roots here too, right by Dan's maple. It's the same maple I'm letting grow. Well, there's 2 of them. There's a tiny one and a little bit bigger one in the middle there. I let them live when I chopped down the middle there. I cut this real short the other day with the lawnmower. Got grass growing halfway in here since I've taken branches off this variegated maple. I trimmed up this birch shrub. It's not a birch tree, it's a birch shrub tree. So it doesn't get very big. It's a very slow grower, and it's been doing very well. It's a lot smaller now when I first planted it. Plus, it's even got the twirling bark on it that I can use to start fires if I don't have any newspaper or something to get it going back there. This was actually the very first tree I planted here. I like foot tall when I planted it back in '95. I planted it that summer I moved in. It's like I moved in the last day of May. I had this planted by the middle of June. It was about a foot tall. It's an Austrian pine. You know, it can handle this. It can handle being back in the shade here. In fact, that weeping willow was planted well after that. That was planted probably in '97, and that's gotten that big. This Austrian pine here is still only that big, but that thing was only, you know, half-inch in diameter when I planted it, so you can see how big it's gotten. Pines are slow growers. I put lights up in there one year. In fact, I think there's still a few way up there. I pulled them out, but it was a bitch. I used a big long stick. Way up, I can see a string way at the top up there. It's not going to hurt anything. But working my way slowly into the backyard, you can see this area that Dan took care of when I was gone. So I'll work my way back up to that big oak tree in the corner there. This is going to take a lot of heavy shade grass seed back here, but the weeds are actually not doing too bad. But you got to realize this was all originally forest back here when I first moved in. In fact, this is about the corner where the fire pit is right here, and there was no deck, no patio. There was just a 6-inch slab out the walkout with ledger board on the house. Until when I built it back in '97, that was all grass. Everything was all grass in through there. These trees were much smaller. These oaks were not a whole lot smaller. They grew pretty slow. But those elms were tiny. The 2 elms out front there. This old oak was here when I moved in. This has been here for a long time. This is a white oak. But this scar here was a branch. When they cleared my backyard, they cut that off for me. And you can see over the years it's formed a scar over it. And that was a branch that hung out over this way that the builder never cut off because it didn't interfere with the house. And they probably wanted the owner of the house to decide. Because the guy did ask me if he wanted him to lop that off, and I said, "Yep, go for it," because that's just going to get in my way. And like I said in those previous videos, my dad warned me about these elms here, these damn elms. They were tiny when I moved in. They were about the size of this one over here. This smaller one that was just a seedling practically. I let grow, but these were about that big, you know. Now they're just a bunch of bitch. They've grown and man, I tell you, you gotta listen to your dad. You know this. Jeez. I should have listened to Dad on that one. Cut them things down when they're the size of that other one back there. And now I'm wishing I would have not planted this thing either. And planted a maple in the middle. But I didn't know. I was young and just learning. You can't play Monday morning quarterback on your landscaping after it's already grown so huge. You guys seen how big that tree was down in Shelby. That huge cottonwood down there. I'm walking in the circle around on this one that I planted. Here's my foot. I planted it in 1999. I finally cut off these dead branches here. These were the top ones because when I planted that thing, it was probably the size
of this maple right here. Its base was probably the size of this. You can see I can hold my hand around that. And now look at the size of this cottonwood. After 22 and a half years growth. Be aware that cottonwoods grow like weeds. I mean, look at that thing. It goes way up there. I never expected that tree to get so big so fast. That's why I had to get this dirt in here. It just sends the roots up through the grass, but it grew fast. The nursery did tell me it was going to grow fast. But I'm going to end this video now. You guys have a good Thursday, and everybody in Florida that needs help, I hope gets it. And take a look at my Halloween decorations. I have a little skeleton guy hanging up on my flagpole thing here. That isn't the flag, that's that one I bought from that homeless vet down in Needles. That was sitting when I went into Mojave City at the Walmart. He was out collecting money for homeless vets, so I gave him 20 bucks and got that flag. But this pumpkin here I might have to carve. It's sounding not good. I think there's a hole in it, but this one's okay. That one's got a good sound. This one